Chapter 1: Stone Sentinels, Silent Witnesses in a World Full of Natural Wonders and Ancient Mysteries. Huge stone structures scattered across different lands have stood in silence for thousands of years. These big stones, often called megaliths, invite us to explore their origins and purposes. As we walk through grassy fields or isolated hills where they stand, we're left to wonder who built them and why. They offer a chance to peek into history, into the minds and lives of people who came long before us. With each stone, we step closer to a better understanding of our shared past. These stones are not just rocks piled up by hands now lost to time. They are carefully arranged, often in precise geometric forms that point to specific stars or the sunrise at certain times of the year. An example is Stonehenge in England, where massive stones are placed in a circular pattern. It's more than just a tourist spot. It's a calendar, a study of the sky, and a meeting place all rolled into one. Archaeologists have studied its alignment with the solstices, finding that its construction shows a deep understanding of astronomy. The builders of Stonehenge somehow mirrored the cosmos on Earth, using stones that way as much as a small truck. Transporting these rocks from distant locations was no small task, hinting at a highly organized society with skills and means that push against the limits of what we thought possible for that time. Farther north, the Orkney Islands of Scotland hold their secrets tightly. Here, we find the Ring of Brodgar, another circle of stones, dating back over 4,000 years. This site blends into its natural surroundings, yet pushes us to consider the rituals and gatherings it hosted. Were these stones silent participants in ceremonies, or perhaps they marked time and seasons as humans slowly learned to tame the Earth's cycles? Each stone stands like a sentry against oblivion, urging us to look closer, discover more. But how were these grand stones moved and set without modern machines? Some theories suggest the use of wooden sleds and greased logs, illustrating an intricate knowledge of physics and teamwork. It sparks the imagination to think of people pulling together, literally and figuratively, to accomplish such feats. Recent studies show that sounds or vibrations might have been used to ease the stones into place, a practice lost to time. In ancient Egypt, murals reveal workers wetting sand in front of sleds to reduce friction, a subtle yet effective technique. In Brittany, France, another tale unfolds among the Karnak stones, comprising more than 3,000 standing stones arranged in long rows. These formations provoke questions about the purpose they served. Were they monuments to mark territory, guide travelers, or celestial calculators predicting seasonal changes? What knowledge did ancient people possess that told them how to align these stones so precisely with the cardinal directions or positions of celestial bodies? One must consider the potential knowledge of geomancy, an early form of earth study and practice believed to harness the Earth's energies. This idea, not far-fetched considering ancient practices, suggests that people might have positioned stones intentionally to tap into unseen forces, providing spiritual or medicinal benefits. Ancient cultures often understood their environment in ways we are just beginning to comprehend again. In recent decades, scientific advancements have equipped archaeologists with tools like ground-penetrating radar and 3D imaging to study these sites more deeply. These technologies help uncover hidden structures beneath the soil that were previously invisible to the naked eye, offering more clues about the purpose of these mysterious formations. They have shown evidence of massive communal efforts, agricultural, planning, and social gatherings focused around these stones. Even with these advancements, much remains unknown. Why did these ancient societies invest so much effort in creating these monumental structures? Theories abound, often related to religious practices, astronomical events, or even as social centers for the exchange of ideas and goods. Perhaps they served as early scientific centers, where knowledge of the world and cosmos was expanded and shared. As much as science can help us uncover answers, it also raises more questions. Every discovery is a piece of the puzzle, revealing new patterns or anomalies that demand further exploration. Could there be connections between the skills involved in erecting these stones and technologies now lost to the sands of time? While solid evidence is hard to come by, every stone suggests a possibility, a whisper from the past asking to be heard. Slide a magnifying glass over the maps, and you see these megaliths scattered across various countries, every one a testament to the boundless curiosity and ingenuity of early humans. These silent witnesses, shaped by hands long vanished, encourage a humbled awe. They beckon the curious to step forward, to ask brave new questions, and to honor the endeavors of minds that faced the world's mysteries with nothing but their vision and hands. The journey into understanding these great stones takes us down paths where science and imagination meet. It presses us to consider how our ancestors understood their world and their place in it. The stone constructions they left behind speak louder than words, a reminder of a shared human heritage steeped in mystery and innovation, urging us to listen and learn from these silent sentinels, witnesses to our ever-evolving story. Chapter 2: The Mystery of the Megaliths. Imagine standing among ancient giant stones that seem to reach up to the sky, so heavy that it's hard to believe they were moved by human hands long ago. These stones, called megaliths, are scattered across our planet, and they hold secrets that have puzzled people for hundreds of years. Places like Stonehenge in England and the massive stone heads of Easter Island are some of the best known examples. But these structures exist in many forms worldwide. As we look closely, we ask ourselves, what are these megaliths really telling us, and how were they built when so little technology was available? Megaliths are not just random rocks placed by ancient people without purpose. They were positioned with thought and sometimes incredible precision. These structures date back thousands of years, and back then, the methods of building them were mysterious, even revolutionary for the time. What stands out is the sheer size and weight of the stones used. Some stones weigh as much as hundreds of elephants combined. Without modern machinery, moving such stones is unimaginable for us today. Yet, ancient builders achieved this incredible feat, and they did so with techniques that remain a bit of a mystery. Researchers who study these ancient marvels have found that many megaliths are aligned with the stars in the sky or the solstices and equinoxes, suggesting that our ancestors had a sophisticated understanding of the universe. Consider the gigantic stones of the Great Pyramid in Egypt, another example of ancient stone mastery. Each stone block here is so vast that historians and scientists have long debated how they were transported, sometimes over long distances, and then placed so precisely. Some theories suggest that ramps were used, while others propose the use of log rollers or levers. Intriguingly, a recent study discovered traces of very tiny to moderate-sized iron particles in some megalithic constructions, hinting at the use of advanced, yet lost, technologies in their creation. This introduces captivating possibilities about forgotten innovations. Let's travel to Peru and look at the incredible structures of the Inca, such as Machu Picchu, placed high in the mountains. The stones here fit together so perfectly that it's almost as if they were cut using laser technology. There is hardly any space between the stones, and they have withstood earthquakes that have destroyed more modern buildings. How did the builders achieve such precision? Some researchers believe they had detailed knowledge of engineering and stone cutting, which may be lost to us. Another captivating site lies in Turkey, at a place called Göbekli Tepe. This site's uniqueness comes from its age. It's considered one of the oldest stone structures known to humanity. It dates back more than 11,000 years, predating Stonehenge by several millennia. Built by hunter-gatherers instead of agricultural societies, its advanced architecture baffles historians. This demonstrates that significant architectural endeavors began long before we initially thought complex societies or organized labor existed. The stories of these incredible megalithic sites invite us to think about how knowledge might have been shared across continents. It raises questions about ancient communication and transportation. Did different cultures develop similar techniques independently, or were there interactions between these far-flung people? Marine routes or land bridges could have served as pathways for the exchange of ideas and skills. Surprisingly, some ancient legends and texts suggest that megaliths may have had purposes that we don't fully understand today. For instance, legends about magical places or powerful energies associated with these stones abound. Even in modern times, certain people believe that megaliths hold celestial or earth energies, and they are places where one can feel a connection to the past. While the potential for forgotten technology and lost knowledge in creating the megaliths is both thrilling and enigmatic, researchers continue searching for evidence. Different fields like archaeology, engineering, and astronomy work together to uncover how these structures reflect our ancestors' worldview. Using technology, including ground-penetrating radar and three-dimensional modeling, scientists can now study megaliths in ways that were never possible before. Recent advancements, like LiDAR, help detect structures hidden beneath thick jungles or dense landscapes, revealing more about their true scale and purpose. Thus, these ancient stones lead us deeper into questions about what it means to be human, and about the vast reservoir of ingenuity and curiosity our ancestors possessed. With each new discovery, we get a step closer to understanding both the practical and potentially technological expertise of ancient builders. These megaliths stand as powerful artifacts of the past, whispering across time the stories of human endeavor and mystery still waiting to be fully uncovered. Isn't it fascinating to think about what other treasures and truths lie hidden, waiting for us to unlock their secrets? Chapter 3, Uncovering Ancient Engineering. Imagine walking through a vast field where ancient stone giants cast long shadows across the landscape. These colossal structures have puzzled thinkers for centuries. When we think of ancient man-made wonders, we often picture these imposing figures, silently enduring through time. Many of them seem so complex and perfectly aligned with stars or the Earth's energies that one can't help but wonder how they were created. These ancient structures, often termed megaliths meaning big stones, are found across the globe. From the stately Stonehenge in the rolling plains of England to the mysterious statues of Easter Island, various sites intrigue both experts and enthusiasts alike. We find ourselves asking, how did they build these, and why? Stonehenge is one of the most famous of these sites. Composed of massive stone circles, it has captured the attention of historians and scientists for many years. Recent studies suggest it was a kind of prehistoric observatory used to mark the passing seasons. The alignment of the stones with sunrise on the summer solstice speaks to a deep understanding of astronomy by its builders, who erected it over 4,000 years ago. But how did people without modern machinery transport these stones, some as heavy as 25 tons, over such long distances? Some stones came from 150 miles away in Wales. An amazing feat indeed, hinting at clever engineering skills. The pyramids of Egypt are another marvel. At first glance, they might just seem like pyramid-shaped piles of stone, but they reveal remarkable precision. The Great Pyramid of Giza was the tallest human-made structure in the world for nearly 4,000 years. Its sides align almost precisely with the four cardinal directions of north, south, east, and west. Such precision compels us to question the know-how of ancient builders. Recent discoveries, such as the remains of a water-based transportation system, suggest that they used the Nile River to transport materials. Ancient engineering also shines brightly in the design of their inner chambers, where temperature control seems to have been a priority long before air conditioning existed. These features suggest a highly sophisticated level of thinking and problem-solving. Turning our gaze eastward, the massive stone statues of Easter Island also present a thrilling mystery. Known as moai, these statues are up to 30 feet tall and can weigh over 80 tons. Built by the Rapa Nui people between 1250 and 1500 AD. Many theories try to explain how these were moved into place. One anthropological experiment demonstrated the possibility of a walking method, where teams of people with ropes rocked the statues side dash to dash side dot. Each site holds mysteries about not just construction methods, but as to their deeper meanings. Many ancient cultures saw particular stones as sacred, able to connect them with the divine or with ancestors. This spiritual perspective may have driven people to achieve the seemingly impossible task of stone monument creation. Throughout history, we see the use of certain techniques: rolling logs, using inclined planes, leveraging manpower, and possibly even primitive cranes powered by human or animal labor. Fascinatingly, each of these methods indicates a deep understanding of physics, materials, and logistics. Recent technological advancements offer new tools for investigators. Ground-penetrating radar and drones provide new perspectives without disturbing these delicate sites. Digital modeling shows us how such structures might have evolved, while chemical analyses of stone surfaces help trace their origins, providing insight into long-lost quarrying techniques. With this rich tapestry of methodologies and accomplishments, the commitment to uncovering the truth continues. It isn't just about respecting ancient achievements, but learning from them. There is much we could gather, from sustainability to the harmony of structure with nature. A balance that modern developments sometimes overlook. The cold, hard stones, each with their storied past, continue to stand under the sky. They remind us that the wisdom of ancient cultures often lay in their ability to work with their surroundings, achieving awe-inspiring feats. These ancient wonders raise enduring questions about human resilience, the quest for knowledge, and our silent witnesses to a world that still holds much for us to discover. It is in embracing these mysteries with curiosity and reverence that one starts to appreciate the intricate dance between human ingenuity and the mysteries of our planet. Throughout it all, we keep asking, listening, and learning, ever eager to discover more of what the past has yet to tell us. Chapter 4: Lost Technologies Revealed. Imagine walking through an ancient forest where the trees have stood for thousands of years, and suddenly you stumble upon enormous stone structures. These are not just rocks. They are megaliths, stones that people somehow moved and arranged long before cranes or advanced machinery were invented. You might wonder how on earth they did it. Were they stronger, more knowledgeable, or maybe just more resourceful? It's a bit of a mystery, and that's what makes it all so fascinating. Let's first think about the most famous of these, Stonehenge, in England. For centuries, people have been scratching their heads about how it was built. Archaeologists believe the main stones were dragged from quarries over 150 miles away. That seems impossible, doesn't it? But when we delve into the research, we find some possible answers. Experts suggest they might have used large logs as rollers or sledges to slide these stones over long distances. Interestingly, these ideas are not just wild guesses. Experiments have shown that with the right number of people and such simple tools, moving these stones is doable. But these stones weren't just moved any old way. They're arranged with a purpose. Stonehenge, for instance, aligns with the sunrise during the summer solstice. This suggests that the builders had a deep understanding of the seasons and the cycles of the earth. They likely used this knowledge to mark time and perhaps even conduct rituals. Some researchers have compared Stonehenge to a kind of ancient calendar. Isn't it amazing to think that a structure made of stone could represent such intricate knowledge of the natural world? Traveling to the other side of the globe, the Moai statues on Easter Island also hold secrets. These giant stone heads, some as tall as 33 feet, were carved by the Rapa Nui people. The common question is how these statues were moved. The quarry, where they were carved, is several kilometers from where most of them were found. Some scientists believe the islanders used a technique known as the walking method. By rocking the statues back and forth, they may have been able to walk them to their destinations. Experiments by teams of modern-day researchers have confirmed this theory could work, adding a layer of practicality to what initially seems impossible. Let's not forget the massive pyramids of Giza in Egypt. These towering structures were built over 4,500 years ago and consist of millions of limestone blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons. The exact method of how these were constructed remains one of the great puzzles of archaeology. Recent discoveries suggest that a system of ramps and levers might have been used. Scientists found remnants in the nearby quarries that look like a complex ramp system designed to move the giant stones up the pyramid's sides. What's remarkable is that this technique would require knowledge of physics that we often don't credit ancient civilizations with having, adding another layer of intrigue. Some studies propose that sound, yes, sound, may have played a role. There are tales and legends about levitation of stones using sound frequencies among some ancient cultures. While this sounds like the stuff of science fiction, scientists are exploring the concept of acoustic levitation today. By using sound waves, small objects can be lifted and moved. While there's no solid evidence that this was used in ancient times, it's astounding to think about the possibilities and how it reopens discussions on the technological prowess of ancient people. Then there are the Nazca lines in Peru. These are not megaliths, but they are still constructions of an impressive scale, consisting of huge drawings etched into the desert floor. From ground level, these geoglyphs seem like random lines, but from the air, they form intricate shapes, plants, and geometric figures. The exact purpose of the lines is uncertain, but experts think they may have had ceremonial or astronomical functions. What adds to these mysteries is their sheer scale and precision, prompting questions about how such enormous drawings could have been planned and executed. Without the ability to fly, technology, in a way, is simply the application of knowledge. What these ancient sites show us is that our ancestors were masters of their environments and had technologies that, while different from ours, were no less sophisticated. The more we learn about them, the more we are reminded of the power of human ingenuity. As we explore these remarkable sites, we must ask ourselves, what knowledge have we yet to uncover? Can understanding these age-old places offer us insights into our own future? Each discovery peels back another layer of human history, reminding us just how inventive and resourceful we have always been. The past does not just belong to ancient peoples, it is a shared history that we can all learn from. As we continue to study these technologies, we do more than just complete a puzzle. We gain a deeper connection to the human story stretching far beyond our own lifetime. Chapter 5: Power in the Past. Imagine walking through a vast landscape where gigantic stones, some standing alone while others form complex structures, dot the landscape. They're like whispers from the past, remnants of cultures long gone, leaving behind clues waiting to be unraveled. These megaliths, tall, enduring, and mysterious, have been subjects of fascination and intrigue for centuries. But what if these structures were more than just ceremonial or burial sites? What if they were remnants of an ancient technology? To better understand this possibility, we must first journey back thousands of years into the cradle of ancient human civilization. Many megaliths, such as the famous Stonehenge in England or the rows of standing stones at Karnak in France, align with celestial events. For instance, during the summer solstice, the sun rises directly over the heelstone at Stonehenge. Some might say this alignment suggests that these structures had a purpose beyond mere aesthetics or religious significance. Could they have functioned as ancient calendars or observatories, marking the passage of time and the changing seasons? In ancient societies, understanding celestial movements was crucial for agriculture, navigation, and religious ceremonies. These stones then might have served as tools of knowledge, monumental sundials carved into the earth. Let's move to South America, where the Nazca lines of Peru stretch across the arid desert for kilometers. These geoglyphs, etched into the ground, depict animals, plants, and geometric shapes. When some were first discovered, people were puzzled. Why create something so large that could only be viewed from above, a perspective accessible only to the gods or, as some fervently suggested, those capable of flight? Recent studies by archaeologists propose more grounded theories. Some experts, relying on evidence from detailed research, suggest the lines may have been part of water rituals, paths leading to areas of water or intended to summon rain from the gods. Yet, the idea that they represent an ancient form of technology, possibly a communication system or a monumental map, still intrigues. Consider the Great Pyramid of Giza, which has stood for over 4,500 years, a testament to human ingenuity and labor. Its construction required not just physical strength, but also advanced knowledge of mathematics and astronomy. The pyramid's sides align almost perfectly with the cardinal points of the compass. The precision is remarkable, suggesting its builders had a sophisticated understanding of the earth and sky. Apart from being a tomb, what other roles might this pyramid have played? Could it have been designed to harness natural energies? Some researchers believe that the pyramid's shape allows it to capture and concentrate cosmic rays. While this remains speculative, the idea that the ancients might have used such knowledge to tap into Earth's natural forces is captivating. In recent years, technological advancements have allowed archaeologists to explore these sites with a new lens. Ground-penetrating radar and 3D laser scanning have revealed hidden chambers and pathways within these ancient structures. For example, recent scans of the Great Pyramid led to the discovery of a previously unknown void, sparking discussions about its purpose. Was it merely a construction gap, or did it serve a specific function? The possibilities are as wide-ranging as they are mysterious. The use of megaliths as technological devices isn't entirely without precedent in more modern times. Consider Nikola Tesla, a pioneer of electrical engineering who hypothesized the potential of transmitting energy through the Earth. With his Tesla Tower, Tesla envisioned a world where energy could be distributed wirelessly, much like radio waves. He wasn't able to fully realize this dream, but his ideas echo the possibilities of ancient technologies using Earth's natural energies. When viewed through this lens, might the ancients have had similar aspirations or knowledge, perhaps encoded in their monumental constructions? While such notions flirt with the boundaries of current scientific understanding, they press us to ask profound questions about the capabilities of our ancestors. How much have we forgotten or overlooked in our rush to modernity? What wisdom and skills have been lost to the ages, buried beneath layers of history and time? Furthermore, exploring these possibilities doesn't merely romanticize the past. It can inspire contemporary innovation. By revisiting ancient methods, we might discover sustainable solutions to modern challenges. As we wander amidst the shadows of these colossal stones and embark on their exploration with ever-improving tools, we are reminded of the persistent mystery they present. In trying to understand the significance of these structures, humanity continues to delve not only into its past, but also into its future potential. Through science, research, and shared curiosity, the stories of these ancient megaliths begin to unfold, challenging us to see them not only as relics, but as beacons of an enduring human quest for knowledge and understanding. Chapter 6: Echoes of Forgotten Wisdom. Imagine standing before a massive slab of stone, towering above you, etched with mysterious carvings and aligned perfectly with the stars. These ancient structures, known as megaliths, are scattered around the globe, whispering secrets we may never fully understand. But what if these awe-inspiring stones, such as Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids, were more than just monuments? Could they hold the remnants of a technology from a time long before our history books begin? To begin our adventure, let's travel back to a period known as the Neolithic Age, the latter part of the Stone Age. During this time, people started to settle down, forming communities and beginning to experiment with agriculture. It was then that they began constructing these incredible stone edifices. More than 35,000 years of human creativity and labor lie buried in these megalithic sites around the world. These massive stones appear daunting in size and weight, some exceeding several tons, leaving many to wonder just how ancient people accomplished such feats of engineering. One of the most famous structures is Stonehenge in England. Built over 4,000 years ago, Stonehenge is constructed of large standing stones arranged in a circle. Recent studies have shown that these stones were transported from over 150 miles away, a logistical achievement that has baffled researchers. Some suggest that ancient peoples used a series of wooden tracks and stones to roll them across the landscape. Others theorize that waterways, which have since disappeared, could have played a role in their transport nearby. In France, we find the Karnak stones, another astonishing complex of megalithic structures, spread over several miles. Nearly 3,000 stones stand in complex alignments. While many of these rocks today lie in ruins, they once composed long lines and geometric shapes. Some researchers believe these alignments may reveal a connection with celestial bodies, serving as an ancient astronomical observatory. Similar theories point to Stonehenge's purpose as a calendar, with its stones marking the solstices. Speaking of the stars, let's not overlook the enigmatic pyramids of Egypt. The Great Pyramid of Giza, another marvel of ancient engineering, aligns precisely with the cardinal points. Scientists believe the pyramid's alignment is intentionally accurate, acting as a giant sundial or compass. Some experts even suggest the pyramid's chambers could have been used as a sonic temple, amplifying sounds for ceremonial purposes. Intriguingly, new research using muon imaging particles, similar in nature to X-rays, has unveiled hidden cavities within the pyramids, sparking further questions about their initial intention. Megaliths are not just restricted to Europe or the Middle East. In South America, the megalithic city of Tiwanaku lies 12,500 feet above sea level in present-day Bolivia. The astonishing feats of engineering seen here include stones weighing over 100 tons that were somehow transported from quarries over 50 miles away. The precise cuts and interlocking nature of these stones suggest an advanced knowledge of construction, some say indicative of a highly sophisticated society. In Asia, massive rock formations in India, known as the Kailasa Temple of Ellora, seem to defy explanation. This temple was carved from a single piece of rock, removed to create intricate, towering halls with remarkable precision. Experts estimate that 200,000 tons of stone, equivalent to the weight of about 33,000 African elephants, were removed. Astonishingly, there's still a debate about the tools and methods used for carving, especially since it's thought to have been completed in less than 2 decades. Amidst all these discoveries, we must consider the possibility that our ancestors possessed knowledge and skills that have since been lost to the winds of time. But how did they develop such capabilities? Some speculate that ancient societies might have had a deep understanding of the Earth's magnetic fields or acoustic properties, using these as tools in construction. Others wonder if these megalithic wonders were built through millennia of accumulated knowledge passed down from generation to generation, now forgotten in our modern era. While skepticism is healthy, it is also essential to keep an open mind to the vastness of history and the subtlety of nature's laws. Are we missing pieces of an immense puzzle, or looking through a lens clouded by our own presumptions and limitations of what is possible? As we continue to unearth new sites and gather more data through advanced technologies like satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar, fresh insights may be revealed. Yet, despite the answers we find, the megaliths remain. They continue to stand as monuments to humanity's enduring quest for knowledge and understanding of the world, and perhaps the universe around us as we walk past these stones. Touching their weathered surfaces, let's ask ourselves, if these stones could speak, what wisdom would they offer? And can rediscovering this wisdom help us solve the mysteries of our own technological future? Chapter 7: The Science of Stonehenge. Imagine standing in the English countryside, feeling the wind and gazing at the massive ancient stones of Stonehenge. This iconic circle of giant rocks has puzzled and amazed people for centuries. But why was it built? And more intriguingly, how was it built? These are questions that even scientists and historians find deeply fascinating to grasp the magnitude of Stonehenge. Let's start by going back in time. The construction of Stonehenge began around 5,000 years ago, during the late Neolithic period, and continued into the Bronze Age. It wasn't just a single project. It developed in stages over many centuries. The stones we mostly recognize today, the large standing sarsens and smaller bluestones, form its most famous visible parts. The sarsen stones are hefty, They can weigh as much as 25 tons each and rise to 4 meters high or more. The smaller stones, called blue stones, weigh up to 4 tons each. Now, here's where the mystery deepens. These substantial stones were not just lying around close by. The sarsen stones are thought to have come from Marlborough Downs, about 20 miles north, while the blue stones originated approximately 150 miles away in the Preseli Hills of Wales. The ancient people who built Stonehenge transported these stones such great distances without modern machinery. How did they achieve such a feat of engineering? One theory is that ancient builders used a combination of logs, ropes, and sheer manpower to move the stones. They possibly constructed sledges on top of logs, and with numerous people pulling, they could slowly but steadily transport the mighty stones across the countryside. There's some evidence suggesting they might have used waterways for part of the journey, but the exact method remains a topic of study and debate today. Experiments simulating ancient methods give us a glimpse of how they might have accomplished this monumental task. The layout of Stonehenge is equally puzzling. The positioning of the stones is not random. Some believe that Stonehenge functions as a kind of ancient astronomical calendar. The stones are aligned in such a way that they mark significant events of the solar year, like the summer solstice. On this longest day of the year, the sun rises in perfect alignment with the heel stone, just outside the main circle. Many researchers think that Stonehenge was, in essence, a prehistoric observatory. But why build such an observatory? It's possible that the builders used it to track the changing seasons, which would be crucial for agricultural societies relying on planting and harvesting cycles. Others propose it had a ritualistic purpose, being a place for spiritual ceremonies or gatherings. The people who created Stonehenge belonged to a culture that left no written records, so we rely heavily on archaeology to tease out their stories. Over the years, excavations around Stonehenge have revealed some intriguing clues. Tools and human remains found near the site suggest it was a place of congregation, perhaps for healing or worship. There's speculation, rooted partly in legend, that the site had restorative powers, a theory supported by the discovery of skeletons showing signs of bodily stress, possibly from travel or physical labor, leading to the possibility that people journeyed there seeking cures. New technology continues to shed light on this ancient wonder. For instance, ground-penetrating radar and other scanning technologies have uncovered hidden insights beneath Stonehenge's soil. These studies have revealed evidence of more buried stones and other ceremonial structures spread over a vast area, hinting at a much larger ritual landscape. These reveals underscore the complexity and sophistication of the ancient society that built these wonders. Yet, despite the advances we've made in understanding Stonehenge, many questions persist. What exactly drove these people to construct such a place? How did they coordinate the massive effort over centuries? What did these stones mean to them? Theories continue to evolve as new relics and patterns are unveiled, promoting constant re-evaluation of the facts in light of present evidence. Ultimately, Stonehenge stands as both an incredible feat of human ingenuity and a testament to our ancestors' understanding of the world. It challenges us to consider the narratives and knowledge that have been lost to time and think critically about the stories these mighty stones might still tell if we learn to read them correctly. Exploring Stonehenge is like being a detective, piecing together a jigsaw puzzle scattered across millennia. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding this marvel, yet paradoxically, it ignites more questions, continuously inspiring our imaginations and scientific curiosity to dig deeper. Chapter 8: Atlantis' architectural legacy. Imagine a time long ago, over 9,000 years before Plato penned the tales of a grand island civilization. A time when a beautiful and advanced society thrived amidst the waves of the vast oceans. This society was said to be Atlantis, a kingdom built with lavish palaces, intricate temples, and awe-inspiring structures that glittered like the stars. For centuries, the mystery has captured the imaginations of people worldwide. But what if these ancient tales were more than mere myths? Could there be a chance that the legacy they left behind was not just in storybooks, but etched into real-world structures that challenge our understanding of ancient engineering beyond the fabled city itself? To start exploring this intriguing question, we can't help but look at some of the marvels of the ancient world, the ones that made us scratch our heads in wonder. From the pyramids of Giza to Stonehenge, each of these megalithic structures stands as a testament to human creativity and intelligence. Yet, some theorists suggest that their construction is so remarkable, perhaps it points to a forgotten knowledge, potentially one that could have roots extending to Atlantis. Don't now. It seems fitting to first consider the incredible engineering and architectural techniques used in creating these enduring structures. Take the pyramids of Egypt. These immense stone blocks, each weighing several tons, were somehow transported and placed with such precision that modern technology struggles to replicate their accuracy. The Great Pyramid of Giza, in particular, aligns almost perfectly with the cardinal points of the compass, and some say it might be echoing some lost technology or understanding of the cosmos that modern historians and scientists are still trying to piece together. Archaeologists and historians generally attribute these accomplishments to extraordinary human endeavor, clever use of available tools, and, importantly, a deep understanding of mathematics and astronomy they developed over generations. Nonetheless, some speculative lines of thought extend to the possibility of a more advanced source. Could survivors from Atlantis, if they existed, have brought with them fragments of their advanced building techniques, only for these to be absorbed and adapted by the societies they influenced? While this idea remains purely speculative without concrete evidence, it does open a conversation about how ancient civilizations might have interacted with one another. Remarkably, similarities are seen in construction techniques in distant lands, sparking debates about cultural diffusion, how knowledge might have spread across vast distances. It's almost as if whispers of this architectural prowess were carried across seas by the winds, telling the tale of a forgotten time. Let's delve into an interesting discovery shared by many cultures: the use of large, perfectly smooth stones. Consider the Ollantaytambo terraces in Peru, or the immense stone blocks at the base of the Temple of Jupiter at Baalbek in Lebanon. These structures share a similar characteristic: a highly sophisticated construction method that involves precisely cutting and fitting stones so tightly that not even a single sheet of paper can fit between the joints. Scientists marvel at how such large stones were transported and arranged without the wheel or modern machinery. A mystery that continues to prompt questions on whether there could be a lost technique at play. There's also the curious uniformity in many megalithic sites worldwide, all adopting some form of astronomical alignment. Stonehenge, for example, is famous for aligning with the midsummer sunrise. Could these alignments reflect a shared knowledge unearthed from an ancient past, possibly inclusive of wisdom and practices rooted in Atlantis's contributions? Historians like Graham Hancock suggest that our ancestors might have been far more advanced scientifically than is usually assumed, proposing that these sites could serve as astronomical observatories, giant calendars, or even places of spiritual and societal rights. The precision required to achieve this, especially given the rudimentary tools presumed to be available, is astonishing and feeds into the inquiry of whether these capabilities were inherited from a more technologically adept civilization. Despite the captivating nature of these theories, evidence supporting them remains scarce, mainly because existing ancient technologies often leave behind perishable traces that time has long eroded. Mainstream archaeology continues to support the view that these societies developed independently, driven by human innovation and creativity in response to their unique environments and needs. One compelling approach in unraveling this mystery comes not just from studying stones, but also from the stories they carry. Folklore and oral traditions from diverse civilizations often carry hauntingly similar tales of catastrophic floods and lost empires, which some suggest could be a fragmented memory of some grand event like the fabled Atlantis. In unraveling this mystery, a new generation of archaeological tools offers hope. Technologies like ground-penetrating radar, advanced sonar mapping, and 3D modeling are uncovering secrets hidden right beneath our feet, slowly piecing together the jigsaw of our human heritage. As we continue to explore these sites and apply modern scientific methods, each discovery has the potential to shift our understanding of the past. Whether or not Atlantis ever truly existed in reality, or only as a philosophical and literary device, its mythical legacy prompts us to push the boundaries of our knowledge, challenge assumptions, and stir a worldwide curiosity about what ancient civilizations might have achieved with or without assistance from a lost, technologically sophisticated ancients. So, as we journey further into this series, let's keep questioning, learning, and marvel at the ingenious past civilizations who spoke with the stars through stone. It's an adventure that binds us to our ancestors and nudges us towards the celestial future, urging us to look deeper into our historical footprints. Can our modern intelligence someday unravel these mysteries? Chapter 9: Cryptic Codes in Monoliths. Imagine standing before a massive stone structure, its surface etched with lines and symbols, its sheer size enough to make you feel small and wonderstruck. These are megaliths, ancient stone monuments scattered across the world. They whisper tales of our ancestors' ingenuity, craftsmanship, and possibly knowledge that we are yet to fully understand. What if the carvings and symbols on these megaliths aren't mere decorations, but instead hold a deeper meaning? Some researchers believe they might be akin to codes left by ancient civilizations, a form of communication or record keeping using the technology available in their time. One of the most intriguing aspects of megaliths is their incredible precision and alignment with celestial bodies. Many of the world's megaliths, such as Stonehenge in England, the Great Pyramids of Egypt, and Machu Picchu in Peru, are aligned in ways that suggest these ancient architects had a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. But beyond their architectural wonder, the symbols and carvings on these stones tell another story. They have been subjects of intense study as researchers try to decipher their purpose, function, and meaning. Interestingly, some of the oldest megaliths are found in the Göbekli Tepe site in Turkey. This site, which dates back to roughly 9600 BC, predates Stonehenge by about 6,000 years. Here, towering T-shaped pillars are carved with a variety of animals and abstract symbols. There are no simple interpretations of these images, but they are a testament to the symbolic thinking of a civilization that existed before the advent of agriculture or written language. Some researchers believe these symbols might serve a symbolic or ritual purpose, perhaps conveying myths or stories central to the belief systems of the people who built them. Throughout history, different cultures have used varied systems to convey messages. From the cuneiform of the Sumerians to Egyptian hieroglyphs, humans have always found ways to express thoughts and record events. So, it's not far-fetched to consider that these symbols might indeed be messages from the past. If they were meant to be understood by future generations, they could have been intentionally left abstract, challenging us to break the code. Archaeologist Klaus Schmidt, who led the early excavations of Göbekli Tepe, once speculated that this site, much like other megaliths, may not have been intended for the regular everyday use by local people. Instead, it might have served as a ceremonial site, perhaps a place where people came for rituals and where the images carved in stones had spiritual significance. The meaning of these symbols is still a mystery, but researchers are leaning on evolving technology and methodology to try and decode them. Modern technology now allows us to analyze these stones in ways never possible before. For instance, digital scanning and imaging help experts examine the surface of these monuments in incredible detail, revealing carvings that may be invisible to the naked eye. Additionally, advances in DNA analysis have provided insight into the ancient peoples who might have built these stone structures and potentially created the codes we now study. One particularly interesting study involves the acoustics of these ancient sites. Researchers have found that many megalithic sites have been constructed in such a way that they amplify sound, a feature that surely was not accidental. Perhaps the people who carved these monumental stones knew how to harness sound waves, embedding knowledge within the stones that resonated through spoken word or ritualistic chanting. Experts are fascinated by how ancient builders might have used geometry and mathematics to create these structures with such precision. Some theories suggest that the knowledge required for constructing these alignments was passed down through generations, encoded in oral traditions, and perhaps even in the very symbols themselves. This multi-generational transmission of knowledge might explain the surprising uniformity in the construction and placement of megaliths found across different continents. Attempting to understand the motivations of these ancient builders challenges our own assumptions regarding the capacity of prehistoric peoples. It raises the question, could these symbols and codes be an ancient language, lost to time, that could unveil information about technologies or knowledge we have yet to rediscover or fully appreciate? While we may not yet fully understand these cryptic codes left in stone, their presence urges us to ponder our own existence and societal progress. They connect us with our ancient ancestors, whispering that across millennia, thinkers have sought to share insights, ideas, and expressions. The journey to decipher these codes is ongoing, with each new discovery bringing us one step closer to understanding. So, next time you stand before an ancient megalith, take a moment to imagine whose hands carved its symbols and what wonders those symbols might have revealed about life long ago. Through questions and quest for answers, these silent giants of stone remind us that knowledge, once forgotten, waits patiently to be rediscovered. Chapter 10: Decoding Prehistoric Puzzles. Imagine standing among ancient stone structures, their sheer size and mystery capturing your imagination. How did people thousands of years ago manage to build these enormous constructions with the limited tools and knowledge they had? Many of us have heard of famous sites like Stonehenge in England or the pyramids in Egypt, but there are countless other mysterious stone formations scattered across the world. Are these simply impressive feats of human engineering, or could they hold secrets of forgotten technologies? Today, we're setting off on a journey to explore these ancient stones and uncover their stories. Let's start with Stonehenge, probably one of the most famous prehistoric monuments. It stands in a field with massive stones arranged in a circular pattern. But what was it used for? Many researchers believe it was an ancient calendar or observatory. As the positioning of the stones aligns with the sun's path during the solstices, the big question is, how were these massive stones moved and placed so precisely? According to archaeological studies, those stones, some weighing up to 25 tons, likely had to be transported over 150 miles. Scientists suggest that large wooden sledges might have been used, but the actual methods remain a hot topic of debate. The precision and effort put into Stonehenge make one wonder if the designers understood things about mathematics and astronomy far beyond what we assume about their time. Moving on to South America, consider the incredible site of Machu Picchu in Peru, built by the Inca civilization. Perched on a mountainside, it overlooks the lush region of the Andes. The Incas were incredibly skilled at stonework without any mortar, fitting stones so closely together that not even a blade of grass could slip between them. While the Incas didn't leave behind written records explaining how they achieved such advanced construction techniques, some experts suggest they might have used basic principles of geometry and physics to carve and fit the stones. However, the question lingers: could there have been a lost knowledge of technology or a forgotten understanding that enabled these oversized feats? Venturing to the deserts of Egypt, the imposing Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a testament to human ingenuity. For more than 3,800 years, it held the title of the world's tallest man-made structure. The engineering techniques required to build such a pyramid over 4,000 years ago are still a topic of wonder and academic study. Archaeologists have found evidence of ramps and levers used for construction, but the exact methods remain a puzzle. The alignment of the pyramid to the cardinal points with such extraordinary precision suggests a deep understanding of ancient astronomy and geography. In China, there lies another megalithic enigma, the terracotta army in the mausoleum of the first emperor Qin Shi Huang. Apart from being a spectacle of art and culture, the meticulous arrangement and uniform production of the vast number of clay warriors indicate an advanced understanding of mass production. Discoveries show a sophisticated infrastructure, including advanced kilns and assembly lines that hint at an organized technological approach far ahead of its time. Exploring less famous, but equally intriguing sites, like the Karnak stones in France, these alignments of countless standing stones stretch over long distances and have sparked endless theories about their purpose. Some scholars think the stones may have been erected as ancient markers or calendars, much like Stonehenge, while others propose they might have been used for religious or ceremonial purposes. The truth remains hidden, sparking curiosity about the capabilities and intentions of those who arranged these stones. What if these structures suggest not just advanced understanding of construction and astronomy, but also indicate machines or tools now lost to time? While there is little direct evidence of machines like we have today, tools such as the Antikythera mechanisma, complex ancient Greek device believed to predict astronomical positions, suggest that intricate mechanics were not entirely out of reach for ancient civilizations. In examining these towering, timeless stones, we must consider how much knowledge might have been lost through the ages. An intriguing idea posed by researchers is that these megaliths could be the few visible remnants of sophisticated technologies or systems now vanished, eroded by time. As with any hypothesis, These thoughts are grounded in investigation and discovery, sparking more questions rather than providing clear-cut answers. While the mystery of these ancient wonders often leads to countless theories, it's essential such exploration remains anchored in evidence-based research. Many historians and archaeologists continue to study these sites diligently, piecing together clues from scattered artifacts, ancient texts, and emerging technologies like satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar. So much about these incredible feats is still hidden under layers of history, waiting to be uncovered by future generations. The more we learn, the clearer it becomes that these ancient people had achieved an impressive level of sophistication. Their stone monuments stand as a challenge to keep questioning, exploring, and dreaming of what might have been. These puzzles invite us to delve deeper into understanding our shared past, offering whispers of forgotten chapters waiting to be revealed.